Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be doing my October book haul. I am super excited to share with you all of the books that I bought in October. I bought about maybe like 25 books. And I bought some new favorites, some special editions, just a lot of fun stuff, and I'm very excited to share with you. So let's get right into it. The first book I want to share is Beautifully Broken Control. This is a part of the Sutter Lake series by Catherine Cowles. This is a small town romance. I think this is the third book in the series, and it says a woman trying to rebuild her life. I think she escapes from like her father and goes to this small town to kind of get away. And he's a reminder of the life she left behind, and she's a threat to his tightly guarded control. And I think that he is like a movie star or something along those lines. I can't quite remember, but I know this is a favorite of the series, and I want to get into the series. And I actually do like to hop around in series, like read, like start from a different point in the series or book I think sounds the most interesting. So I'm super excited to read this one, and I can't wait to start this series. Okay, so the next one is another Catherine Cowles, and it is Falling Embers. So I already have read this book, absolutely love it, probably my favorite in this series. This is a single dad, forbidden friends to lovers romance, and it's so good. The hero is a firefighter and the heroine is an EMT. And it's in a small town romance. This is the second book in this series. And I already have Falling Embers in like the, like, what is it called? The alternate cover. But I wanted to get in this cover. I want to get the whole series and both covers because I just love them so much. So I got this one, and I'm super excited to have this. It is so beautiful. And the next book I grabbed was Mercy by Sarah Kate. So I read, the first two books in this series, and then this is the third book, and this is the fourth book, and I need to get the third book, but this is a reverse age gap, forbidden, very like spicy, and this is actually the son from the first books, and he is the younger one, and then our heroine is the older one, and they have a relationship. So I'm very excited to read this one. I am absolutely loving this series, so I can't wait to read this. And then I got the Kraken Sacrifice by Katie Robert. She did like a bunch of different covers, like changed the formatting for her covers for this series. It's actually gorgeous. This is like raised text, like glinty. I think it's foiled, honestly. It is so pretty, and this is her like monster romance series, and this is about a kraken. But I did unsubscribe from her Patreon just because I didn't love, I'll share the book that I read this past month, but I just didn't love it as much as her other books, and I think she's just really punching out as many books as she can because she's like contractually has to, I think. I don't know. I don't really know that much. But I do really enjoy her writing. Like, I love the series with like Jafar and Jasmine, and her like Your Dad Will Do romances. I think those are really, really good. I just haven't been loving her newer stuff, so I'm taking a break from her Patreon and giving it a minute and seeing if I want to revisit or if she has some really good new books that are going to come out soon. So I'm excited for that, but I'm putting my Patreon on pause with her. Okay, and then so I have this whole series, the Vancouver Wolves hockey romance series, and I just had to get this one. I can't remember if this is like the third book or what book in the series it is, but this is a hockey romance, and I'm very excited to have this one. He's a professional hockey player that lives on the edge. I prefer to play life by the rules. I'm the personal assistant at a sports agency that no one notices unless they need coffee. I don't like sports, and I like professional athletes even less. I'm indifferent to the mostly male clientele except for one, Micah, the savage Petrov. When it comes to wild antics, Micah is the biggest offender of them all. He's reckless, wild, and careless, charming. So I think it's like opposites attract. and it's a hockey romance, so I'm super excited to read this. Probably kind of forbidden, so I am really excited to start this series. And then I had to get Hidden Waters by Catherine Cowles in this cover because I just think it's so gorgeous, and I love the people covers and the alternate covers so much. And this one is kind of a little bit forbidden. So our heroine, she got out of a really bad situation where she was abused by her father, and it was like a doomsday-esque thing where they believed that the world was going to come to an end and all this stuff, and they lived out in the wilderness, like away from society. And so now she got out of that, and she is kind of forced to kind of relive those memories a lot of the time, and she's trying to get back out into the world and find out what the world is really about. And the brother from the first book, the hero from the first book, his brother is back in town, Beckett, and he needs somewhere to stay, and she's actually staying in Hayes, which is the hero from the first book's house, and so they have to stay together, Beckett and what's Addie, because he needs somewhere to stay. And so she's like, okay, and they strike up a friendship, and it's so sweet and adorable, but there is some suspense in this book, so I really loved it. And then I got from Katie Robert again, The Demon's Bargain. I also read this past month. I'll talk about it in my wrap up. Didn't really love it. It kind of fell flat for me. But this is a like devil kind of thing, or no, he's like a demon, and she like makes a deal with him, and the heroine is a witch, and so it's kind of interesting. They strike up a bargain, but I just didn't really like it. And then I got The Dead Romantics by Ashley Peston. I don't really know how to say her name, but this is a traditionally published romance. It's super, super floppy. I love floppy paperbacks. And our heroine, she loses her father, and she has to go to his funeral, and she's actually a ghostwriter. And then I think like her editor somehow is like, you have to like finish this or something like that, and then she finds out that he's a ghost, and she kind of falls in love with a ghost. That's all I really know. I know people have been raving about this one, so I'm excited to give it a try. And then I got Quarterback Sneak by Candy Steiner. This is her newest release. It is a forbidden. She's the coach's daughter, and he, I think, is the quarterback. I remember him from the first book, Holden, and he was so cute and funny. And I am excited to read this, but I still have to read Blindside first. Oh, and she is his athletic trainer, so that sounds really good. I'm very excited to dive into this one. It is a college sports football romance. And then I also have Nice Guys Don't Win by Macaulay Smeltzer. I'm very excited to read this book. This is the second in this series. And I think they have to be like roommates. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. And I think it's also sports romance. He is a basketball player. And maybe it's like opposites attracts a little bit. But that's all I really know. But I did really enjoy the first book. And then I got King of Wrath by Anna Huang. This is her newest release. It is a marriage of convenience, like slash marriage in trouble kind of thing. And hate to love, they don't like each other. And also billionaire romance. And I'm very excited to read this one. I have been really liking Anna Huang's writing. I read Twisted Lies. Either this past month or September, I can't really remember, but I really enjoyed it, so I'm excited to read this one because we also saw a little sneak peek of the characters in that book, so I'm really excited to dive into this one. And then I got the illustrated version of Bloody Heart by Sophie Lark. I'm so excited to have this in my hands. This is one of my favorites in the series, and I'm just so excited. I skipped out on getting Savage Lover because I've just heard, I haven't read it yet. I've heard not great things, and I'm like, I don't really want to spend my money on that right now. But this one is so good. It is a age gap romance, and Second Chance, and it's really good. It's Mafia. It's so good. I'm so excited to read this again and to just have it on my shelves. Let me see if I can find. Do these not? Okay, they do have the illustrations. So like here's one of them. I don't know why my glasses keep like falling down my face during this video. But anyways, I also got, I'm a subscriber to the Hello Lovely box, and their like box, their for summer I think, was Tilly Cole, and if you don't want a spoiler, but I'm going to show it to you. Spoils for the Hello Lovely box edition for Tilly Cole, and I got 1,000 Boy Kisses, and this is the cover. It is so pretty. I love it. And then I have a little like art thing, super cute. And then I have, of course, it's signed by Tilly Cole, which is just so exciting. This is one of my favorite books of all time. It is so emotional and just, OMG, it's like, my heart. It's just such a crazy book. But I am excited to have this on my shelves. It's so pretty. At first, I thought that this was going to be the Catherine Cowles one. And so when I opened it, I was like, what the heck is this? But then I forgot I ordered the summer box. But Catherine Cowles is for the fall box, and I was like, okay, that makes much more sense. So the next book I want to share with you is A Whisper of Roses by Teresa Medeiros. This is a historical romance. I don't really know what it's about. I think it says about treachery, and I think she's very defiant. I can't really remember, but I heard somebody talking about it and it sounded really interesting, but I just can't remember what it's about. But I'm excited to have this, and I really want to buy some more Teresa Medeiros books because I've heard really, really good things. And then I have Fractured Sky, which is Catherine Cowles' newest release, and I read it this past weekend, and it was so freaking good. This is like the 5th book in the series, the 5th and final book. This is about Shiloh and Ramsey, and Shiloh was the little girl who was kidnapped in the first book, and she is just trying to find her place and kind of deal with guilt that she feels for her family, that they always have to watch out for her and all this stuff. And so she has this friendship with this guy named Ramsey, and he's kind of been treated really horribly during his life. He was put in jail for something he didn't do, and now he owns a ranch, and for the last like 9 years she's been visiting and just like watching him because he's a horse whisperer, and so she decides to stay with him because he offers, and it's just so good. It's so good, so good. This series is amazing. And then I have Heartless by Elsie Silver. I also read this past month. So good. Single dad, forbidden nanny romance. Also like small town, and it's just so good. I really love that book. And then I have Devil of Dublin by B.B. Easton. This is a Irish mafia romance. And I think the heroine like goes to Ireland and she meets the hero or something like that. I don't really know. I've heard like vague things, but just that it's really amazing. And then I have The Words by Ashley Jade. This is a rock star, second chance romance, hate to love, very, very long. But I'm very excited to read this. It is so chunky, but I've heard amazing, amazing, amazing things. And so I really want to read this book and give Ashley Jade a try. We are down to our last stack of books. So during the month of September, Candy Steiner had a big sale because she was getting married. And so I bought a couple of her books that like came later from in the sale. So I got, let me do this in order. I got Neat, which is a part of her like small town romance series. This one's like hate to love, a little bit of Romeo and Juliet-esque, like they are rival families. She's a bad girl, he's a good guy, and very excited to read this. I have the first book, and I'm so excited that I got this. And then I have Manhattan, which is a small town friends to lovers romance. And then I have Old Fashioned, where I think they are both coaches on the same team and they have a romance, so I'm super excited for that. And then I got Hidden Pictures by Jason Rakulak. This is a thriller, and I've heard really good things about it, and I wanted to get some thrillers for Halloween and spooky season. So this one, this girl is, I think, a nanny, and she's like babysitting, and one of the kids, the little boy that she's babysitting, starts drawing these really creepy pictures like depicting somebody's death. And so that's all I really know, but I'm super excited to have this, and I really want to read some spooky reads. And then for It Starts With Us came out, and I got the special edition from Waterstones. This is the hardback, and it has the sprayed edges. I've never owned a book with sprayed edges, so I'm super excited to have this. And I also got the paperback, but that's put away somewhere, and I don't want to go grab it right now. And then I got Babel by R.F. Kuang. This is a like fantasy book where I think the character like trained all his life to be able to be one of the translators at like Oxford University, and there's like magic in it or something. I'm not really sure, but I've heard raving reviews about that one. And then I got In My Dreams, I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. This is another thriller. This is about a group of college kids that I think there's like a murder that happens, and then they go back to town, and somebody is determined to trap the real killer to make the guilty pay. When the six friends are reunited, they will be forced to confront what happened that night and the year's worth of secrets each of them would do anything to keep hidden. So I've heard amazing things. Super, super crazy book. And then last but not least, I got Wolf Song by TJ Klune, the Waterstones edition. The hardback edition, but I did not click the one with sprayed edges, so it's just normal. But this is so gorgeous. I just knew I had to have it. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm super excited to welcome all of these books to my library. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.